Hello guys and gals, it's Soulfax here and welcome to another War Thunder video in which I unfortunately have some sad news to report. So firstly, I will be going away for a week, which means that what I said in the last video won't stand for this week. There won't be 3 videos on my channel this week, only 2 videos. I know that is a little bit unfortunate, but I'm going on quote-unquote vacation. It's hard to say vacation considering I'm not employed anywhere, and that is the second news. I actually quit. Yes, because I was thinking that I was gonna get a much better job than that one, but unfortunately that kind of fell through, so I'm going on vacation for a week, and then when I come back I'm gonna start looking for another job. But to remedy that situation, there will be 2 videos on my channel this week, and one of them is this one, which features this kind of weird vehicle. Once upon a time, this vehicle held the title of Master of Russian Bias, but since then it has been dethroned by its older brother, the T-62. Yes, this is the IT-1. This is the first and so far the only Russian vehicle equipped with ATGMs, and if you don't know what ATGM stands for, this is a targeting guided missile, the thing that you see in the bottom of your screen right now. I know that a lot of people don't own these vehicles, me being one of those people, but from all that I've seen, these things are quite a lot of fun to play. I don't know what it is, it's probably just the fact that you press a button and then you aim something towards the vehicle and it goes boom boom. It's like driving a tank with a missile on it, and that's exactly what it is. The person who sent in this replay is a long-time contributor to his channel. His name is Mr. Kazumi. You might have seen a couple of replays of his featured on my channel before. And in this one, he is driving in similar battles on the map Carpathians, whatever you pronounce it. And he is driving in the IT-1, the first Russian ATGM equipped with the Drakunov missiles. A couple of things about this vehicle. It is built on the chassis, or on the hull, of a T-62, another tank that's been recently introduced to War Thunder. And from what I've heard, the T-62 isn't such a great vehicle, but the IT-1 is an amazing vehicle. For what reason? Well, it's got the Drakunov missile equipped on it, which is the fastest moving missile in War Thunder, and is also controlled by the mouse, unlike some other ATGM equipped vehicles in the game. The reason why I'm showing you this replay isn't just because I think this is a good replay. It is a very decent replay, and it's been sent to me by a long-time contributor, so there's also that. But the whole reason why I'm showing you this replay is just to prove to people that, well, ATGM equipped vehicles aren't all that special, and they are easier to use than some other vehicles in the game, simply because you have more control over your shots. Naturally, when the shells in this case, the missiles are moving at only, in this case, 220 kilometers an hour. Oh wow, that's completely wrong. 220 meters per hour, which is around 830 kilometers per hour. You have a lot more control over the missile, and naturally when you can aim the missile with your mouse, you can even hit moving targets while not aiming at them while you fire the shot. Now, this is a tier 5 match, which most of you know, and he's going to be facing all the leopards in the world because, let's just face it, the leopard is the best tier 5 tank around, because the tier 5 armor really doesn't matter because everybody has Heat FS equipped. Now, he's climbing this hill and he's going to try to recapture his friendly cap point. Now, the thing is, this is a break game mode, this is a break map, which means that he cannot recapture this cap point, but what he does know, there is an enemy tank up here, so he needs to be a little bit careful because, well, the IT-1 isn't the best vehicle in close quarters, simply because the missiles, while they do a lot of damage, they might not one-shot the enemy, and if you don't one-shot the enemy, considering you have a heck of a long reload time, you're probably gonna get killed in return. So he's finally reached the cap point, and as he turns around this little corner, he notices that there's absolutely nobody here because there's probably a leopard who just captured the cap point and went on his way. And leopards are a little bit more mobile than AT-1s, which means that, well, he's in a kind of a bind here. So firstly, he can just stop here in the cap point and just wait for anybody who comes here. And by the way, that is an AI tank, that is not just a Sherman in a tier 5 tank. Or he can do what he attempted to do here. He wanted to chase that leopard and assume where he's going, but as he's doing that, he gets shot in the ass. Now, you might be thinking, was that Sherman who shot him in the ass? No, there is a leopard hidden behind those bushes over there. Now, what this leopard was doing, I honestly don't know. He started shooting at somebody else and completely decided to ignore Mr. Kazumi, who just turns around and puts one very big missile in his front plate and completely annihilates him. Now, he's going to be stuck here repairing for a couple of seconds. In the meantime, his team is trying to stop the enemy team from capturing the last capture point that they own, because Like I said, the Leopard 1 is the best tank at tier 5, and there's not a lot of things that you can do against the best tank at tier 5 if you're not playing at your top game. Something very funny is gonna happen now. So he puts a missile in the Sherman, and the Sherman actually manages to survive because, well, RNGesus strikes yet again. That's kind of funny, but he finally got his engine repaired. He's gonna kill this Sherman as retribution for that first Sherman surviving his first missile, and gonna be on his way. So his team has his team has successfully managed to defend their own cap point, which means that now he needs to either go on the offensive or go on the defensive. What is he going to decide to do? Well, you will see in just a second. Isn't this so suspenseful? Such amazing and professionally insightful commentary, isn't this? Everybody is jealous of me, even the mighty Jingles. I know it's horrible, you don't have to tell me. But anyhow, he's finally making his way towards the only friendly cap point that is remaining. He's planning on going on the defensive, or that's what he wants you to think, because he decides to turn around and go on the offensive in just a couple of minutes. But those couple of minutes are very boring, so we're going to be skipping forward in this replay just a little bit where things actually start to happen. So while he was merrily making his way towards the enemy spawn point, he notices a leopard that is just crossing across open ground. He tries to put a shot into him, but completely missed because that missile went extremely fast and he didn't have time to actually aim it. Now, he's in kind of a bind here. He needs to fight this leopard, and the leopard is also in a very good position, but Mr. Kazumi is in an even better position. The IT-1 is a very low-profile tank, which means that he can hide behind these rocks and shoot missiles all day long at his enemy. But the thing is, these missiles aren't all that accurate, and they're not very, how can I put this, reliable when it comes to doing reliable damage. Now he puts a missile straight into the top of the turret of this Leopard 1, and it does absolutely nothing. Again, RNGesus strikes the second time in this replay. Now the Leopard is trying to take aim, but unfortunately Mr. Kazumi is well hidden behind this rock. But something interesting is going to happen. He gets shot here, and I don't know if you noticed, but the whole screen went kind of an orangish tint. That usually means when you're watching a replay or playing a game that you're dead. Now I'm going to zoom out in just a couple of seconds to show you what actually happened to the tank here. Yep, I don't know how, I don't know why, but the tank is officially destroyed at this point in time, just according to this replay. I honestly was very confused when I first saw this, so I went back and rewatched the replay just to see what exactly happened here. So that was that fateful shot that just completely bounced off the roof of that Leopard 1, and if you look behind Mr. Kazumi on that little hill over there, in just a couple of seconds an M55 one-shot and a Leopard 1 will appear. Now this shot disabled the cannon of the Leopard, but the Leopard managed to put a shot into Mr. Kazumi, which apparently destroyed him. But upon further consideration, we see that the Shuriden actually put a shot in Mr. Kazumi. But again, Mr. Kazumi is shown as dead in the replay, but he's not dead because he destroyed the Leopard just a couple of seconds later. Like, what is going on? I am at a complete loss here. Something got messed up. It was either the replay or just the game itself, because Mr. Kazumi could not have been dead because he destroyed the Leopard just a couple of seconds later. What? Mind blown. But, moving on with the replay, Mr. Kazumi, since this is a similar battle match, has the opportunity to jump in another IT-1. And this time he's going to be doing something that not a lot of Russian players know how to do correctly. Instead of just charging down the middle of the map and trying to duke it out in close quarters with every other tank that comes his way, he decides to play defensively and defend the only thing that is currently important, and that is his last remaining friendly capture point. If they lose this capture point, they lose the match. They're currently in the advantage when it comes to pure tank numbers, and since this is a 5 versus 5 match, that means that there's only 3 enemy tanks remaining on the enemy team. If they manage to kill those remaining 3 enemy tanks, that means that they will be winning this match, and taking that into consideration, Mr. Kazumi decides to do the smart thing and stays back in his base and defends the A cap point, the only remaining friendly cap point. How many times can I say that in one sentence? Apparently 3 times, the only remaining cap point. I'm skipping forward again a bit because defending a cap point is relatively boring because you just stand there and wait for somebody to come into your crosshair. But luckily for Mr. Kazumi, a lot of tanks are going to come his way because, well, the only way for them to win this match is to capture the remaining enemy capture point. I don't know why that is funny to me, but anyhow, there's a leopard here, and the leopard tries to get away from Mr. Kazumi, but he gets shot in the side, and Mr. Kazumi picks up his 3rd kill of this match. Did I mention that? He got 3 kills. I did mention that just now. He got 3 kills in this match. Can I say that 3 times quickly? He got 3 kills in the match. I can't say that 3 times quickly. I attempted to do that, but I completely failed. Now, because they're defending the cap point, it's not very interesting. He's just standing there and going forwards and backwards and trying to see if there's anybody that's going to be coming his way so he can shoot him. But soon after he killed that first leopard, another leopard is going to try and make a dash towards their capture point to try and capture it and finish this match once and for all. And speaking of the devil, there he is, the second leopard who thought that he could escape the Gulag. Oh, they're not the Gulag, they're the Dracoon missiles with their amazing 220 meters per second velocity. Now, this leopard was doing the correct thing. He tried to get in the enemy cap point to try to capture it, but unfortunately he failed because he didn't look around. He got shot in the side, more accurately in the turret ring, and then his crew got annihilated, and now he's dead. Which brings Mr. Kazumi's total up to 4 kills in this match. Did I mention that already? He got 4 kills in this match. Only 1 more kill and he can say that he got the ground ace in a day. I don't know what's harder to do, or what was hard to do in World War II. Get 5 air kills in an aircraft, or get 5 kills in a ground aircraft vehicle tank. Yeah. My commentary in this video is not up to scratch, is it? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Is it humoristic? I don't know. Is it entertaining me? Most definitely it is! The last challenger for the title of the most overpowered tank in War Thunder comes late in this match. After a couple of minutes of just standing around and doing nothing, Mr. Kazumi decides to go to the other side of the map, where he again gets anally perforated by unknown perpetrator from across the map. What does he do? He does the most unbelievable thing ever. He looks in that general direction because he doesn't know where the enemy is. Luckily for him, he's got amazing teammates. One ZSU starts shooting at a random position, and Mr. Kazumi says to himself, "That is a very good idea. Let's point my cannon at a random position and shoot in that random position." So he does exactly that, and somehow, by some stroke of luck and genius, he manages to get the kill on the M55-1 Shuriden. I know that it's not pronounced Shuriden, but I don't care. Yeah. Oh my god, that was horrible. Mr. Kazumi, I'm sorry that I made a mockery out of your video. It was a very fun replay, but I just couldn't help myself. I have absolutely no inspiration today, and I just decided to do this stupid excuse of a video. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. It has been it for me today. My name has been Soulfax, and I will see you next time. Goodbye and have a nice week. Bye.